Welcome to Mojo Travels, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the hippest, coolest neighborhoods in the US.
Are you a fan of our videos? Be sure to subscribe to Mojo Travels and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.
For this list, we'll be looking at the trendiest districts across the United States. Fountain Square, Indianapolis, Indiana. We know what some of you are thinking. Indianapolis? Hip and cool? Things are definitely changing. Fountain Square has gone through a fascinating evolution over the decades. From the 50s to the 70s, it was a downhill spiral, with landmarks closing and residents fleeing from the neighborhood. The 80s and 90s saw the area go through an ugly duckling transformation, with new eateries, galleries, and theatres. In 2017, it was cited as the city's newest trendy neighborhood. For all the modern updates, this cultural district will take you back in time with refurbished landmarks like Action and Atomic Duckpin Bowling. Browse through nostalgic records at Square Cat Vinyl and grab a cocktail at the Brass Ring Lounge. The neighborhood lives up to its motto, anything but square. 5 Points, Denver, Colorado. Attracting jazz musicians like Louis Armstrong and Billie Holiday, 5 Points gained a reputation as the Harlem of the West back in the 20th century. This diverse neighborhood's African American history is still celebrated today through annual events like the Juneteenth Festival and the 5 Points Jazz Festival. 5 Points owes much of its growth to River North Arts District. Distinguished by its rhino mascot, this area is like a living, breathing canvas. This isn't just because of the awe-inspiring street art and murals, which you can spend a whole afternoon tracking down on foot or on bike. Everything from the food to the drinks to the music overflows with creativity that'll trigger your inner artist. South Philadelphia, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. While officially known as South Philadelphia, its nickname of South Philly better reflects the neighborhood's hipster ambience. South Philly is home to people of Italian, African, Asian, Irish, Latino, and Hispanic descent, among others. The diversity amounts to one of the city's most active areas, with something new and exciting around every corner. You can't visit Philadelphia without chowing down on a cheesesteak. There isn't a more colourful spot than Geno's Steaks, which has been illuminating Passy-Young Square since the 60s. Perhaps no landmark better sums up South Philly than Philadelphia's Magic Gardens. It's not exactly what it sounds like, but this unique fusion of folk, mosaic, and outside art is nothing short of magic. The kind of magic you can only find in South Philly. Faubourg Marigny, New Orleans, Louisiana. New Orleans in general is one of the coolest places in North America. As such, we could make a list of the 10 hippest neighborhoods in New Orleans alone. For the sake of variety though, we're shining the spotlight on the Faubourg Marigny. Better known as the Marigny, the vibrant neighborhood has everything we associate with New Orleans: Creole cottages, live music, and quaint businesses that bring out the area's sense of community. For a taste of that authentic New Orleans sound, head over to Frenchmen Street. The mix of jazz, funk, and soul create a laid-back ambiance that can be felt throughout every street, restaurant, and bar. Of course, like the rest of New Orleans, the Marigny knows how to throw a party. Downtown Santa Fe, New Mexico. Of all the places in the US, none comes closer to channeling the beauty, culture, and history of Mexico than, well, New Mexico. And Santa Fe is a focal point, being New Mexico's capital city. When people think of downtown, skyscrapers and heavy traffic usually come to mind. Downtown Santa Fe subverts those expectations with lots of adobe construction, an old-fashioned charm, and plenty of open space to breathe in the fresh air. At the same time, the neighborhood possesses the grandiose splendor one would expect from a trip downtown. The chicest spot is the historic Santa Fe Plaza, with eateries, museums, and stores surrounding the area. If you're looking for a hip honeymoon, few places balance romance, wonder, and atmosphere like downtown Santa Fe. Wynwood, Miami, Florida. Miami has plenty of mainstream spots to hit up, but Wynwood is where all the cool cats are flocking to. There are 3 districts in particular that capture what makes Wynwood such a trendy community. First, there's the Fashion District, which offers a vast array of boutiques, bridal shops, and major clothing retailers. The Technology District continues to grow, with one leading realtor calling it, without a doubt, the hottest submarket in the country. The highlight is the Arts District, which will make any spectator rethink the unlimited possibilities that can come from a spray can. While the outdoor street art will draw you in, there are numerous galleries that will also expand your mind and open your soul. Wicker Park, Chicago, Illinois. Back in 2012, Forbes listed Wicker Park as one of America's hippest hipster neighborhoods. Almost a decade later, Wicker Park hasn't lost its street cred. For the athletic hipster, kick off your day with a jog down Bloomingdale Trail, or the 606 as the kids are calling it. You'll not only come across majestic sights across the 2.7-mile elevated trail, but you might see some fellow hipsters along the way. Afterwards, grab a bite at one of the neighborhood's restaurants for some classic Chicago cuisine. Spend the day exploring the art galleries. Then, when the sun goes down, experience the nightlife as you hop between various bars and clubs. If Chicago is the Windy City, then Wicker Park will blow your winter gear clean off. Downtown Los Angeles, California. Downtown LA has seen its ups and downs, from its golden age to its economic decline following World War II. Since the dawn of the 20th century though, the downtown area has prospered as LA's main business district and a hipster's paradise. In 2013, The Times cited downtown as a neighborhood with an increasingly hip and well-heeled residential population. Now, you know that a neighborhood has achieved chic status when the opening of a Whole Foods market makes headlines. The area's voguish nature is also reflected through the avant-garde dining, shops, and architecture. For all the newer additions, downtown LA has preserved many of its historic landmarks, like the Orpheum Theatre, the Angels Flight Railway, and the Grand Central Market. Fremont East Entertainment District, Las Vegas, Nevada. The coolest neighborhoods are often the ones that break the rules, and no city in the US embraces rule breaking more than Las Vegas. While there's no shortage of hip spots to choose from, the Fremont East Entertainment District is the downtown area's beating heart. The neighborhood's neon lights fit the Vegas aesthetic, but the neighborhood possesses a retro sentiment that sets it apart from other parts of the city. That's only appropriate, as Fremont Street was Vegas's first paved road. Exploring the entertainment district's comedy clubs, bars, and casinos can feel like stepping into a time machine. There are more modern amenities though, like the Fremont Street Experience. On the whole, it's 6 blocks of nostalgia and good vibes. Before we get to our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. West Seattle, Washington. Little Five Points, Atlanta, Georgia. Allston, Boston, Massachusetts. Williamsburg, Brooklyn, New York. You knew it was coming. No offense to the 4 other boroughs, but if New York is a cafeteria, then Brooklyn is the cool kids table. To zero in on the hipster and bohemian culture, ride your bike down the Williamsburg Bridge. Everything about this neighborhood simply screams hipster central, from the graffiti to the indie music to the experimental food. For entertainment, you can check out an art house picture at the local cinema or an offbeat live show that you won't find on Broadway. If Central Park is a bit too mainstream for you, partake in a game of Ultimate Frisbee at McCarran Park. We really can't think of a neighborhood that better balances retro with modern, which is precisely what every hipster looks for.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Mojo Travels, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.